I had researched my problem in my neck. I had gone to 3 other orthopedic surgeons for the spine, and I really wasn't satisfied with what they were going to do because I had 3 discs replaced. 2 were fused and 1 was a movable disc, and that was very important to me because I was originally told by the other doctors that they were going to have to fuse all 3 and I would lose quite a bit of movement in my neck. And that wasn't acceptable to me because I am very active and I hunt, I fish, I play sports. So when I did all this research, Dr. Rovner had come up, and then I researched Dr. Rovner himself on the internet and found he had no lawsuits or any problems. And he was 5-star rated in the searches that I found. And he was also linked with Hackensack Hospital, which was a great hospital. So I felt really comfortable, so that's when I decided to go over and see Dr. Rovner. So my wife and I, made the trip, and it was the best thing I could have ever done. It was a simple thought process. I was in so much pain, and like I said, he had really, let me know that I wasn't going to lose much motion at all, if any. Actually, he told me that the bottom 2, there's very little movement lost with those 2. It's just that the upper one is where I'd lose a lot of motion, and that's why he's decided to put in the movable disc there. So for me, it was a no-brainer. I was more than willing to, go through with the surgery at that point. He communicated it perfectly. I mean, he brought in all the stuff. He showed me the movable discs. He showed me what he was going to do. He showed me so many other patients that underwent the same exact procedures I went with, and he had some video of each of them, showed me how much movement they had, and, that's when I decided for sure this guy, is for real, so. I was in pain for about a month and almost 2 months. And it was probably a month and a half before I had gotten to Dr. Rovner, and I was in extraordinary pain throughout, that whole time. And after the surgery, and that's only 17 days ago, it was my surgery. I still have my scar right here. That's not, fully gone down yet. He said that'll be another few weeks before that goes down. But after the surgery, I was in the hospital for a day and a half, and of course they had me on medication because, of all the, they had to go in, they had to move things aside, and so there's a little invasiveness there. But immediately I had lost that horrifying pain, that 8.5 pain, and now it was basically just surgical pain that I was in. And that lasted for a few days, and I was on painkillers for a total of 6 days, and at the 6th day I had gotten up that morning and I felt pretty good, so I decided not to go on the painkillers anymore, and I really was out of pain at that point. So I just kept doing what he told me to do, wear my neck brace, and then I had seen him after, it was almost 2 weeks, it was 13 days, and I had gone in to see him, and he said, man, he took the x-rays, he says everything looks beautiful, you don't have to wear the neck brace anymore. You could do everything you want except for lift heavy weights for another month, and just get back to it. And right now, I mean, I feel wonderful. I don't have any of that pain. My numbness in my thumb is 99% gone. He said that'll take, maybe a month in total, and it's certainly, gone down drastically. So I feel great. I really do. Oh man, you have no idea. I am so happy. I was the happiest guy when I went in on that 2-week point with Dr. Rovner, and he told me I didn't have to wear that neck brace because that was really the only thing that was a pain in the neck. I mean, even though it wasn't a pain, but because I had no pain, and he says, you don't need it. I got out of that office with my wife, and we went out, we celebrated, bought some champagne. Really, it was the greatest day. Of course. Yeah, I couldn't do anything before. People would say to me, oh my God, what's wrong? They didn't know that I was in this kind of pain. You seem down, you seem this or that. and I let them know what was going on. But now, these people, of course, followed up with me, and they're like, man, you're back to normal. And I am. I'm back to normal. I can go out and do what I want to do and have fun doing it, and be out of pain. So nothing like it. I have recommended Dr. Rovner. My mom actually has a cervical spine problem right now, and she just went for an MRI. And I said to her, she's with the neurologist because they're not sure if it's a nerve problem or what. So I said, so when you finish up and you find out from your neurologist where you're at, I said, you really ought to think about talking to Dr. Rovner. And of course she said she would, because she sees how happy I am and, what kind of shape I'm in. So I would absolutely, everybody that's asked me about it, people seem to come out of the woodwork who've had these spinal problems, and they say, who's your doctor? Who's your doctor? I say, it's Dr. Josh Rovner. He's the best. So, yes, I absolutely recommend him.